Survivor's ready. Go!
Travis spoken.
Boston Rob and Amber are gonna do it.
This is a business trip, as I like to say.
You, Brad Culpepper.
I'm tired of you and the fucking chicken.
You can call me the puppet master. They can be my little puppets.
It's not like you're making me deal with the devil here.
You get to milk your own milk, I guess.
Who the hell voted for me? Chicken.
We got enough rocks here, too. We could build a pretty decent shelter just using rocks.
I'm supposed to talk lamb to you. You understand that better?
Direct from Hobart, it's time for the only Survivor podcast in Australia dedicated to Survivor, bringing you all the latest interviews, episodes, and opinions from the greatest reality show on the planet. It's Survivor Oz, and here's your host, Ben Waterworth. Welcome back to Survivor Oz, Australia's only TV and radio show devoted to Survivor, as we continue on our Survivor Second Chance campaign interviews. And we are thrilled to be able to welcome back our next guest. She's appeared on this show multiple times, but I feel this is her most important appearance on Survivor Oz because she's out there readily campaigning for a return to make herself a two-time player of Survivor. She is from the 25th season of the Philippines. Please welcome back Abby Maria Gomes. Abby, welcome back to Survivor Oz.
Hi, Survivor Oz. Thank you so much for having me.
It is a thrill to have you back on the show. I just have to say, every time I hear your accent, it makes me smile. So can I just point that out?
Yes, please do, because, it's not everybody that thinks it's endearing. I know a lot of people think it's annoying, but there's nothing I can do. It's just a part of who I am.
I love it, and I know a lot
Thank
of people
you, I
out there
appreciate it.
do. So
Thank you.
That's good. But how's this campaign been going, Abby? Because no doubt it's been a busy few days for you, and it's going to continue to be busy right up until next Wednesday night.
It's going to be really busy, and it's been really busy. It's been overwhelming. I'm very, very thankful for all the support. But then, I have such a competitive spirit that when I see the negative feedback or that someone hasn't included me in their ballot, I get so bummed. and then people say, "Oh, you're fine. You're just a shoo-in. You're gonna make it." But I come from a survivor background. I'm a survivor, and being comfortable in any situation is such a no-no that it really makes me nervous.
It's always good to cover all the bases, so to speak.
Oh,
isn't it?
Absolutely. Especially look at me, absolutely my favorite word. But yeah, I'm trying to cover all my bases, and Survivor fans and internet followers or everybody out there watching me campaigning, please just hang in there with me. I don't have that much time. I only have until Wednesday, May 20th, next week by 9 p.m. to gather as many votes as I can, because I really, really, really would love to play again, especially on a season that the fans will vote us back on. It's just I can't explain to you how high on adrenaline I am right now.
That's what we like to hear, because I can imagine, this is all at the moment you're thinking about, you're living, you're breathing, you're eating, all thoughts of returning for a second time. Because realistically, Abby, in a week and a half, you could be out there with a bunch of cameras in your face playing this game again.
Exactly. So you guys think about the emotions that I'm going through, and I can't help but think about the experience that I already had my first time around, and it's so many feelings, so many emotions, and it's pretty much all in your guys' hands at this point,
How have you found so far seeing the reactions and that of the fans? Because you're obviously from an era of Survivor where things like Facebook and Twitter were quite relevant when your season was airing, so you're, I guess, in a way used to seeing people talk a lot about you on these services. But have you seen a lot of people voting for you and being positive more so than the negative?
Oh yeah, I am so overwhelmed with the love that I've been getting my way, and with people wanting to see me back. And they love me for the entertainment that I brought last time around. And I think I am one of the first, not the first, of course, but one of the first castaways that went there and really, had, like a huge character. A lot of people I see now from watching their videos, are trying to go back and do the same and be big personalities and so on. So, it's I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from the fans. They seem to want to see some people out there just like being real and honest with their word, even though it comes off so harsh. I think people are tired of boring. They want to see fun.
It's a good way of putting it, actually. And I know personally there is a lot of people on this list that would be amazing to see you play with. Like, you've kind of got these personalities that you might think would clash, but I've got this feeling that if you guys work together, it would make for some epic television.
Yeah, I've been going through, I've gone through a lot of things since my last appearance on TV on Survivor. It was like a soul search moment for me. Watching yourself on TV, hearing yourself. I mean, I can't imagine how hard it is for some people to watch me. You guys, it's even worse for me. I saw myself once. I haven't watched myself again. I don't do it because I want to be in front of the cameras, and it's hard. It's hard for me to watch myself, and I cringe, and I've learned a lot about myself. But you know what? That's me, and there's nothing I can do. I just have to accept who I am, and I actually get tears in my eyes thinking about it. Honestly, I'm gonna start crying here, but it's just it's me, and I am that troll, I guess, that little crazy thing. But that's me. So I don't know. It's hard, and I just hope that that I can play the game again, because at the end of the day, that's what matters to me.
In terms of playing the game, are there certain things that coming back for a second time you're really thinking of changing up from your first time around? Do you feel you need to change up much from your first time around on a second go?
Well, I don't know what that really means with changing. I'm like a human being, just like everybody else that will be there, and people, they have different traits in their personality, and it depends on situations that happen and personalities that you are with. And I would hope that I'll be able to be a lot more diplomatic and political with my decisions. And a part of my strategy is trying to hold back my temper and my fire. I'll try. It's going to be really hard, but I think that if I can manage that, then I think that I'll be a lot more successful. But I don't know. I'm really, really, really scared of how it's going to all pan out.
It's all about getting out there on day one, I guess, and seeing how it all goes.
And seeing how it all goes. And there are so much to it, like all the circumstances and everything that's going on around you. It really plays a huge part on how you're gonna react to all the situations you're gonna be put on.
Yeah, and it also depends on who's out there playing with you, no doubt, what tribes you're on, all those sort of things. We know that. But again, we're not expecting you to name names for this question, Abby, because again, this game pretty much has started right now.
You get it. I am so glad you get it, Ben. Exactly. The game is already, it's been on.
We're seeing that a lot, and it's kind of interesting, I think. It's not just from the players, like in terms of what's been put out there on social media. There's been a lot of fans and even former players who are trying to sort of get you guys to say things on social media to really stir the pot, so to speak. So it's interesting how people who aren't even on the list are trying to play the game right now.
Oh, it's insane. I know that Russell Hantz pretty much hates me right now and hugely campaigning against me. And he's doing that because he's, he was trying to get me to come on his podcast with Evil Dick. But then, right before I was supposed to come and be a part of their show, they started throwing out spoilers on the season. I'm like, dude, I can't be a part of it. I really want to play this again, like I don't want to hurt my chances. And because I'm not letting him dominate what I do, then he has to talk shit about me. And before that, he was like blowing up my phone, text messaging me and calling me the whole time and trying to build an alliance with me outside the game.
Wow.
Just makes me feel like he's completely insane. So I'm not going to let someone bully me into giving him information or trying to determine my destiny on this survivor journey. I'm my own person. I don't need Russell hands. Like I feel that if people honestly want to see me back on Survivor, they want to see me, and I will not depend on someone else. Trust me, I've watched him play the game. I think he plays really well, but I think he needs to chill out a little bit because I was honestly just trying to be a friend to him, but for him to turn on me because I didn't want to be a part of something that would, damage my chances of being back on the game is just ludicrous.
Fascinating. I wasn't aware of that. It's kind of interesting seeing people like Russell and other people out there who are tweeting their thoughts because, the people who aren't on this list who are very active on social media and well-known survivors, they still, I guess, have a bit of sway, if you know what I mean, because they might have casual fans, quote, who are not too sure. So it's interesting to see some people kind of take that stance.
It's really like crazy how intense it can get. I'm just trying to leave my story and hopefully go back and make it fun for the viewers and hopefully make it as far as I can in the game.
Have you seen many people, and again, you don't have to name these names, Abby, on the list of people that you might be playing with that perhaps you straight away look at and go, I'd love to work with them, I don't want to work with them, and are you sort of already thinking, if you're out there on a tribe with them, how you would deal with them, so to speak?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Constantly, I've watched their seasons. I've been, listening to their podcasts and observing, what they've been doing, and I definitely am starting to form opinions, and I am sure others are doing the same.
How are you finding with the podcast? Because this is something that I think is interesting, knowing that a lot of you guys are listening to these and sort of trying to suss out, I guess, what other potential players are saying. Do you feel that a lot of the other contestants are being quite reserved in what they're trying to say? Are there particular ones that you're thinking your opinions have changed after listening them to an interview like this?
I'm sure that you do question yourself. You start having a lot of question marks and exclamation points in your mind, but you never know till you get there because, like we just said a minute ago, the game has started. So people may be saying a lot of things that might not even come into the equation when they're there, depending on how it goes. A lot can happen.
The thing I'm finding interesting is sort of reaching out to you guys and inviting you to come on the show to campaign. It's like, for the most part, all of you are like, yeah, absolutely, let me come on the show, let me talk. But I'm finding some people are just, it's almost like they don't want to do it with fear that they might, hurt their chances of playing with certain people. So in that sense, the strategy is interesting of people not really wanting to do interviews.
There are some people that are really trying to lay low, but at the same time, you have to get on the island first. I think that you have to take step by step, especially at this point and how they're twisting this season to be. I think you really have to think in layers, and if you don't campaign it and you don't do the best you can to get there, and if you get comfortable, you might hurt your chances. You can't think that far. Kind of try and live in the moment and work with try and get there first. The 20th will tell you a lot can happen, before then.
Yeah, very much so. And given that CBS have come out and said that this is entirely viewer voted, that there is no producer influence, every single vote, Abby, counts.
Every single vote counts, and it's a really annoying process too. Trust me, it's annoying for us castaways to be annoying you, but at the same time, it's our job right now. It's part of the job. It's part of getting it done. You have to campaign if you want to go back there.
I think we like it. I don't think anyone's finding it annoying because it's that interaction.
I think, hold on a second. Let me turn off my phone. There are people messaging me, and I think it's making a ding noise. Hold on.
It's all those people getting excited, Abby, trying to, campaign
I just
for you.
I just turned the sound down. But for some other people, they're not, really into things like that. Like, for example, personal friends and family, they're like, oh, but do we really have to vote for like 10 people? Blah, 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 blah. But, you just have to teach them.
So with that, again, don't name names, Abby. Do you say to them, vote for these people, don't vote for these people?
Oh yeah, I do. Totally. I totally do. Yeah. Just, I ask them, vote for certain people. But it's 10 people. It's a lot. 20 people. It's a lot of people. So, I do. I actually do. But I won't tell anybody.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I've even found voting that you have your go-to people that you straight away know you're voting for. But each time I vote, there's sort of maybe 2 or 3 people you get to the end and I'm changing it up a little bit because I think voting's a bit strategic in itself because from a fan's perspective, we can look at the list and go, that person's definitely going on, so they don't really need our vote. But if everybody thought that, then that person wouldn't get on.
Exactly, and that's what I keep on repeating to some of my super fans. I'm like, you guys, you have to vote and be careful who else you're voting for and who else you're promoting, because that person may take my spot. So pay attention on how you're voting.
And it must be the thing that I'm going to enjoy so much is that the reunion next week for Worlds Apart, you guys, I believe, are going to be in the audience, and it's pretty much going to be announced that night. So
oh my God.
I can't imagine the nerves that will be going through you that night, Abby.
Oh my God. And going through the whole process of just getting ready to go, I'm going to feel so bad for the people that don't. It's really intense because we do have our personal lives too, and we're putting work, and family and everything that has to do with our personal lives aside, in campaigning for this, and then not make it. It's going to be such a bummer. It's going to be a very emotional season. From the get-go.
Yeah, and I can imagine for the 12, well, we would assume 12 because we assume it's 20 people that are making it on, that don't make it to be in that audience that night. Wow.
Oh my God, it's gonna be so I know. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. It's
that's why people need to vote, Abby. So you're not
about it.
That's not you. People need to vote out there right now.
Yes, yes. I know it's annoying, but please do every day. Please vote, and please vote for me.
Yes.
Yeah, I really would love to come back and kick some ass.
Have you had much support from fellow Philippines cast members out there, sort of giving you messages and out there spruiking for you?
Some of them, yeah. Malcolm has mentioned my name. Denise has mentioned my name. But I haven't heard from Carter or of course I haven't heard from RC. Roxy's been trying to help out, but everybody else has been on mute. I don't know. I'm sure that Peter is voting for me too. He's also very supportive.
Fantastic. I haven't seen your dear old friend Mike Scoopin really put much of an opinion out there, so
I know.
Don't know how he's going.
It's really, I was really surprised when I met the cast for season 30 that's on right now, because they really seem to genuinely really love each other, and they have a beautiful relationship. And I was telling them, wow, I wish that was the relationship we had with our cast, but our cast is unfortunately not so close, even though we have a lot of respect for each other,
Yeah, yeah.
People just get busy, and it's been so long.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, we're finding that a lot with Worlds Apart, how close they are and how tight knit they are. And I guess
it's insane.
Yeah, and I guess kind of watching it now all play out. And I've sort of been putting this to a few people we've had on the show, particularly with Mike and Carolyn, because again, every other player on this list, Abby, you know how they finished, how they played the game. Whereas Mike and Carolyn, we're still watching that right now, aren't we? So it's hard to overall judge how. I mean, for all we know, this week Mike could throw rice everywhere and storm out, and Carolyn could trip and hurt herself. So I mean, we don't know how it's gonna. Not that we hope that happens, Carolyn, but you never know.
I know.
It's hard to judge, I guess, what I'm trying to say, and sort of give an overall assessment of their game.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard.
It's so interesting, just this element, and this is what's so great about these interviews, Abby, is that we so openly can talk about this, because usually there's rumors floating around of who's going to be on the next season. I remember, for example, we had Jonathan Penner on just before Philippines aired, and it was all but known that he was on that season. So of course we loosely tried to bring it up with him and sort of hint at him. And the way he played it out, he's like, oh, so who? What are the rumors scooping? Who's he? And Russ Swan. I don't think I've ever met him before.
By the way, Penner did give me a shout out too, so that's very nice of him.
Beautiful. We love that, actually. Penner's always active out there. I want to give you the opportunity here, Abby, before we let you go, to get on the soapbox, have the opportunity to speak to the fans. Why should they vote for you to be on season 31?
Well, hi everybody. Hello Survivor fans. I would love to go back and play Survivor again. I feel that I really do deserve a second chance because due to circumstances, my last try, I wasn't a strong player. I would love to come back and dominate in challenges. I would love to be a challenge beast and do well as much as I can, and form good relationships with my tribe mates. Hopefully, I really have the best of intentions, but my spunk and my fire. Let's see if my spunk and my fire will get on the way or not. Aren't we curious to see what I'm gonna come up with? Come on, you guys, give me a second chance. I think I really do deserve it. I did have a torn ACL my first go, and I never quit. So you do know I am not a quitter, and I'm pretty funny. I say funny things with my Brazilian accent. So let's give this Brazilian American Swedish girl here a second chance, please.
I haven't heard the Swedish element in there before, Abby. I like that.
Yeah. Oh well, I did live in Sweden for 2 years right after Brazil, and Sweden is the country that started Survivor.
It is, yes.
Robson's Island, and I started watching Survivor then, and it was my favorite show. So to be a part of this, it's just like, I don't know. I was just born for this. So come on, you guys. Please, please, please.
I love
Pretty
it.
Please.
I love it. We will post all links, of course, online where people can vote for you, your Twitter, so they can follow up on you and all that sort of stuff and see how you're campaigning out there, Abby. But we wish you the best of luck. We sincerely mean that. And look, we look forward to getting you back on this show after season 31 to talk about your second time. And, of course, no doubt returning as the winner of season 31 too, Abby.
Whew, that would be like, I think I would just having a title of Soul Survivor would be like, now I can die in peace.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Abby Marie Gomes. Always a pleasure having her on the show. And that accent just gets me every time. I said it at the top of the interview. I love it. And yes, I'd love to see that back out there on Survivor as well. Remember, you can vote cbs.com. Click on the second chance link. You can vote once a day, 10 male, 10 female. And make sure that they do count for, you see, your favourite Survivor contestant out there on season 31. And as I keep spruiking at the end of these chats, we do have plenty more on the way. SurvivorOz.com. Easiest way to get these interviews, of course, is to subscribe to us on iTunes or whichever service provides you with your podcast, and that way they go directly to your device where you listen to podcasts. So that is the easiest way. Remember to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, stay up to date with everything that is happening with Survivor Oz. And I should also always take this opportunity to plug that Worlds Apart is still continuing, folks. We will have an Oztopsy this week, and our episode recap this week is with Cass, and of course that will double up as a Second Chance campaign interview as well. Thank you for tuning in to our Abby Marie Gomez Survivor Second Chance campaign interview. My name is Ben, the Tribe has spoken, and we will speak to you next time on The Trains.